Now, because our show isn't an 18-hour special, we don't have time to talk about all the games we played over the break, but here are 3 that caught our attention.
Yeah, the first game is NES Remix, which opens up the archive of Nintendo's classics from the 80s and slices and dices them into bite-sized gaming nuggets.
The game hits you with rapid-fire challenges, like defeating 15 foes in Super Mario Bros., landing a tricky jump in Excitebike, or collecting every last coin. Some micro-games even turn the originals on their head, letting you play through Donkey Kong as Luigi while Mario waits to be rescued.
How I love these Nintendo classics, but I do feel like I've played them many times, so I think this remixed approach is a smart move. It just makes them feel fresh again. Plus, they're so fast that none of the games overstay their welcome. And they kind of reminded me of those old WarioWare games, which is a good thing.
I think there are some clever twists here, such as when Mario had to help his enemies defeat Luigi. But the fact remains, as much as I love these games back in the past, right now they're not very much fun to play. They're just a bit awkward and the controls are a bit sticky, such as with Donkey Kong.
Alright, Cranky Kong, I had fun with this nostalgia hit, so I'm giving it 7.5.
I'm giving it 5.5. Next up, RYMDKAPSEL on PC.
This minimalist strategy game tasks you with building and defending a space base. You assign your units to jobs like gathering resources, building rooms, or defending your base, which you lay out using predetermined tetromino-shaped rooms. There are a handful of mission objectives to strive for, like surviving a certain number of enemy waves or researching these mysterious monoliths which grant you various bonuses.
This was originally designed as a mobile or portable game, so it really suits short bursts, and it's not that hard either. I did find it very slow at the start of each game, but there's a nice challenge in trying to lay out an efficient base and survive the enemy onslaught as long as possible.
Yeah, that whole Tetris block idea seemed strange at first, since there's a ton of space to expand into. But building materials are limited and your little dudes take a while to move around. So I kept coming back to try and make my base more efficient and just last that little bit longer.
I think it's an elegant strategy game, but I do think it suits that kind of mobile platform more than on PC. It was a bit too minimalist for my PC, so I'm giving it 7 out of 10 rabbit chickens.
I liked the clean colours and the graphics, and that soothing soundtrack definitely put me in a zen state of mind. I mean, it's hardly thrill-a-minute gameplay, but it's a good example of how sometimes less is more, so I'm giving it 7.5. Last up, Zoo Tycoon on Xbox One.
This is essentially a business management sim that puts you in charge of your very own zoo. The ultimate goal is to raise your zoo's fame by adopting new animals, looking after them, and eventually releasing them back into the wild. It's also important to make sure visitors are happy with animal variety, food options, entertainment, and of course, toilets.
I just love getting down into my zoo and wandering around to look at my animals, and those animals are so cute! Making a monkey wink through the Kinect is probably the funniest use of the device I've ever seen.
I do have some issues though, Hex. Firstly, what's up with that zoo limit? This is the biggest zoo you can build, so why give me all this space? It would make sense if they encouraged you to spread things out, but every building's effects only cover the nearby area, so you have to keep your zoo compact. The worst part is, you hit the end game of your zoo in just a few hours, which leaves you nothing to do. It's such a waste.
Well, I loved how each month, once the community reaches a certain goal, like releasing 1,000 of an endangered animal into the wild, they actually donate over $10,000 in real life to a charity dedicated to helping that animal. It's a little bit too simple as a sim, but it's also one of the nicest feel-good games I've played, so I'm giving it 7.5.
I agree there are some nice touches, but I did tire of this quickly, so I'm giving it 5.5 out of 10. Right guys, I'm gonna go read the news.
Oh wait! Wait a minute, Bajo. Since Goose has done such a great job reporting the news from the field last year, I thought he might also be good as our studio news reporter as well.
Oh, is this one of your big changes for 2014, Darren?
Affirmative.
Well, okay, but why don't we go give Goose a helping hand?
Yeah, you could use some tips from us.
Yeah, I think so.
Have fun.
We're the best.
We're the best.
Of course you are.